Howdy, I'm Konda, and I've got a bit of a different video for y'all today. I'll be back with my Forever World next week, but I've got some Minecraft in the background, and my VTuber avatar is here to tell you that the month of May is EDS Awareness Month. And you're probably wondering, gee Konda, what is EDS? EDS stands for Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, and it is a connective tissue disorder. If you're wanting to get the sort of goofy explanation for this, people with EDS have said that their body is essentially held together by a silly string. If you'd like to hear the more in-depth scientific explanation for it, I've got you. But first, why am I even talking about this? Well, I am someone that has EDS. In fact, it's different for everyone, but EDS is the reason for the chronic illnesses that I deal with on a daily basis. When your body doesn't understand how to connect itself correctly at a fundamental level, it can kind of mess up a lot of other things. Let's jump into that more in-depth explanation. Please keep in mind that I am not a medical professional, and a lot of this comes from my research through the years and my own experience. If I get anything wrong, please let me know. I'll be including any sources down in the description below. So, EDS is a group of 13 heritable connective tissue disorders caused by genetic changes that affect connective tissue. From Ehlers-Danlos Society. There are some symptoms that overlap between different subtypes, but they also have distinct ways that they affect the body. The two that I've personally heard about the most are vascular EDS and hypermobile EDS, and the one that I have is the hypermobile subtype, or HEDS. Some of the symptoms that people may experience with HEDS are like joint pain or instability, fatigue, headaches, or dizziness. It can make things that seem totally normal for most people actually a risk. For example, there have been times when I slept weird on one of my arms, and then I woke up with my shoulder kind of out of place. I mean, how do you explain to someone that you have to take it easy because you slept weird when you're only in your early 20s? As described by the Ehlers-Danlos Society, connective tissue is found throughout the body where it provides support, protection, and structure to other parts of the body. And connective tissue is basically everywhere. Like, you even have connective tissue in your eyes, which is why I have some pretty thick glasses. Because it affects so many systems in your body, there are also these things called comorbidities. Now, this is a scary name, but it isn't necessarily as scary as it sounds. All that it means is that it's a separate group of symptoms that tend to appear alongside another condition. The ones that I know about are different types of dysautonomia and conditions like mast cell activation syndrome. I'm going to nerd out for just a second about dysautonomia because it aligns a little bit with some of my studies from college. It's typically called dysautonomia, but another name for it is autonomic dysfunction, which is a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. You can kind of think of your autonomic nervous system as the system that controls all of the automatic functions in your body, such as your breathing, your blood pressure, your heart rate, even your temperature regulation. I am incredibly hot-natured to the point that I may have multiple fans going right now, actually, but I'll never tell. The autonomic nervous system is also split into two other nervous systems, your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous systems. Your sympathetic nervous system is the one that kicks in when you go into fight or flight. When you get into a dangerous situation, it's the one that speeds up your heart rate and gets your adrenaline pumping so you can handle it. Your parasympathetic is the opposite. It is the one that calms you down when you are safe. For someone that has a dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system, your body doesn't always know when to turn which of these systems on. So you may get anxious for no reason when your sympathetic nervous system wrongly gets triggered, and then it lasts longer than it should when your parasympathetic nervous system doesn't do its job. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here. Back to EDS itself. Since this is a genetic condition, it's one that you may see some signs of early on in life. I personally did, even though it didn't seem as harmful in the beginning. The things that I noticed when I was younger was that I had insane flexibility. I was in karate for quite a few years, which, I have a video with some stories from that time, by the way, linked up in the corner. And I was known for my kicks. I could kick really high while still maintaining some semblance of strength behind it, but I didn't do a whole lot to be able to do that. It just kind of happened. That's because of the hypermobility. I also can do these things that my cardiologist called party tricks, like bending my hands in weird ways or putting my thumb behind my hand in a way that makes it look like it's broken. But my cardiologist also told me I'm not allowed to do my party tricks, since they could hurt me. My avatar here usually has on a yellow sweater, but for the month of May, I'll be wearing a zebra print sweater instead, because people with EDS are called zebras. I actually learned about this while doing the research for this video, but we call ourselves zebras because of a saying taught to medical students. When you hear hoofbeats behind you, don't expect to see a zebra. Basically, don't immediately expect the rare diagnosis, and EDS for a long time has been considered a rare diagnosis. Also, it relates to the fact that two zebras are both zebras, but their stripes look different, just like two people with EDS can have very different life experiences. There are a lot more things that I could go into, like the experience of going to doctors and getting diagnosed, and what it's like trying to do things like going to college classes while experiencing this stuff. But this video's getting a little bit long, and I don't want to overwhelm with the information. If y'all are possibly interested in more, please let me know in the comments. Finally, this is a fairly new condition in terms of research and finding out some possible treatments to make life easier. Because of that, I wanted to do a fundraiser throughout the month of May that goes towards Ehlers-Danlos Society to help fund this research and support other zebras. There's no pressure to donate, but if you do decide to, thank you so much. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. This is something I'm still learning to talk more freely about, and I really appreciate people tuning in to hear about this thing that I deal with and have taken a lot of time throughout the years to learn about. I'll be back with some fun Minecraft videos on Saturday, and I'll be streaming throughout the month with my new zebra print getup. We've got Subnautica 2 Early Access coming out this month, so lots of fun stuff to look forward to. I shall see y'all next time. Bye!